From Left Side, Right Side Games, I'm RDQ Pebbleton, and this is Chalking Points. Leslie would like to know the origin of happy as a clam, and I am happy to oblige. So we use this expression to signal that we're very pleased with something. But what's so happy about a clam? I mean, inasmuch as they are bivalves, and bivalves are not, as a matter of course, very smart, I suppose that ignorance being bliss, they would be very happy indeed. But if that were the case, we'd have a whole host of related idioms about dumb things, like happy as a rock, or happy as a clump of dirt. Well, as it turns out, that's not the whole story. See, happy as a clam is a clipped-off form of a longer expression. The full expression is happy as a clam at high tide, which makes a lot more sense. For those of you what don't live in the Maritimes or any other clam-clogged clime, you don't fish for clams. You dig them out along the shoreline, and you do it at low tide. That's the only time a clam digger with a shovel and a bucket can really get at them. At high tide, the ocean covers up the clams and they're nice and safe. Thus, happy as a clam at high tide. And now, just happy as a clam. This is one of those idioms that was used so often that it became acceptable to clip off the back half of it because your meaning was still clear. Think of how we use the expressions, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, and if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. Rare is the occasion where we don't leave those expressions half-finished and hanging. You say, when in Rome, or, well, if you can't beat 'em. It's the same way with our happy little clams. That expression dates to the early 19th century. Lauren wants to know where "in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail" comes from. This expression means very quickly, as in, Phyllis, I'll have those ledgers sent up to accounts receivable in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So what's the deal with this expression? Do lambs wag their tails like dogs? If so, do they do it especially quickly? Can lambs oscillate their tails at such a frequency that they can rip holes in the very fabric of space-time? No? Darn. My idioms dictionary says it, quote, alludes to the friskiness of lambs, end quote, or the shortened form, in 2 shakes, may have to do with shaking of dice. This idiom dates from the early 19th century as well. Funnily enough, I discovered a shake has become a unit of time because of this idiom, specifically 10 nanoseconds. This informal unit of measurement was coined by the nuclear scientists working on the Manhattan Project, the top-secret Allied project that researched and developed the atom bomb during World War II. It was used to talk about nuclear reactions on an informal timescale, as in, it'll take about 50 shakes for the chain reaction to complete. Spooky. It's time for plugs! It's time for plugs! In the words of James Brown, let's hit it and quit! We make a game about idioms and you should buy it! It's called Word Frolic Village Idiom 1. You can find out more on our Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube pages. Thanks for watching. Until next time, laugh, learn, light up your language. I'm RDQ Pebbleton, and I'll see you around. Oh, you made it to the end. Thanks for sticking around. A little bonus for you. Click here to see a fella digging for clams. Aha! Oh, it makes me so happy. All right, see you next week.